Hi everyone, welcome to Cuik Talk, episode 8. I'm your host, Dougie Penman, and I am joined today by our current number 11, Paul Tansey. Paul, how are you?
I'm good, thanks Dougie. How's yourself? You okay?
I'm good, you keeping busy?
I've not been off, obviously, since the lockdown and that started, so I've been at both works. So in terms of keeping busy, it's just been as normal can be, to be honest, compared to other people.
Yeah. So the reason I've got you on today is we're going to go through sort of an overview of your playing career and playing against Penicuik and playing for us nowadays. But you started off at Musselburgh Athletic, you joined them in 2005, and you actually scored your only goal against Penicuik that you scored in your career so far. Hopefully, the only one that you'll get against us in 2005. But do you have any memories of that?
I actually don't. When you brought up in one of the quizzes we had, I was quite shocked. I didn't even realise I'd only scored the one, and then I couldn't even remember the goal. To be honest, it was that long ago that I actually couldn't remember it at all. So I remember playing against Penicuik a few times. I think my first competitive game for Musselburgh was against Penicuik in what was the League Cup. He just gave us a bit of a doing, if I remember it, at Penicuik 5-1. I'm sure it was. And big Kevin Twaddle, in fact, gave me the runabout for 90 minutes. So it's a game that I didn't want to remember, but it seems to have gone full circle, and it sort of came back to me this morning.
So you mentioned the League Cup there. You won the League Cup that season with Musselburgh, and you went on to have a very successful spell at Musselburgh. What was it like though, playing in that team and winning silverware?
It was good, because I just came from 21s. I came from Medina Hibs 21s, and we'd won a bit of silverware when I was there as well. So to go into what was called the men's league probably back then, because there was a lot of more senior pros in that stepping down rather than what is now, is probably the complete opposite. So yeah, it was good. It was good to get silverware as quick as I did for Musselburgh. It sort of settled me in a wee bit quicker as well with the lads. But no, it was good. It was good. I really enjoyed it. It was good. It was good. McGlynn and Finn done a really good job, and it continued for a couple of seasons when I was there. So it was really good. It was really enjoyable.
You had a 1 month loan spell at Raith Rovers in 2006. How did that come about?
To be fair, it was by chance. I wasn't even meant to go. It was Paul Curry that was going. But again, we played in that League Cup section, and there was scouts from Raith at a couple of the games, and I managed to score a couple of goals on the Saturday and on the Wednesday night. And we got a phone call from Craig Levein on the Thursday, which it was unbelievable. Well, it was unreal, to be honest, because I didn't actually believe it was him at first. Basically said that me and Paul were both playing well at the time. Would we like to come on board at Raith Rovers? And of course, I wasn't really going to say no to that. The experience that we were going to get was second to none, especially with Craig Levein and the experience in that he comes with.
And then a few years later, in the 2008-09 season, you won the Premier League as part of that Musselburgh side. You actually won it with a 5-0 victory against Penicuik. Do you have much memories of that season?
I do. I'm sure it was a midweek game. The game that was. I do. I remember that league. It was close the whole season. It was really close, and Musselburgh and Penicuik were absolutely flying week in and week out, and it was coming down to like the last couple of games, and things were neck and neck right up until that game. It was just one of the things where whoever won that game, I think, was going to go on and pip it to promotion. Thankfully, it was ourselves that done it. So it was just it was one of the games. We were just, I think Saturday before then as well. We were sort of listening out everybody for the results about who was going where and what your results were, and I'm pretty sure that yours were the same when we were playing as well. So no, it was good. It was good to get that over the line eventually.
So that was probably I want to say that was the highlight of your time at Musselburgh, but you also were a beaten Junior Cup Finalist in 2011 against Auchinleck Talbot. But was that the highlight maybe rather than the league win?
Yeah, probably. I think because the team that we had at the time, I just come back from 5 months at East Fife. So I come back to Musselburgh. I think I missed the first 2 rounds maybe. So I came back and fitted in really well and sort of hit the ground running. I think I scored in the first round back. I think we played maybe Blackburn away, I think. So to get the run that we had with the team that we had, because probably on paper we didn't have the best of teams that season at all, but the togetherness that we had and the young boys that we had with a wee bit of experience as well through the spine got us to the Scottish Cup final, and the run leading up to that was unbelievable. Like Musselburgh for a small town to get to the Scottish Cup final, especially playing like a massive club like Auchinleck, it was a bit surreal, to be honest. But it was 1-0, and then obviously Chris King scored to make it 1-0. But they had a wee bit more. They were a lot fitter than us. You could see that. That's obviously why they've won it that many times. They were far more experienced than us as well going into that final. So it just wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. But for that day, it's up there. Yeah, it's probably one of the best moments.
So the following season you left Musselburgh, but can you sort of sum up your 7 years at Musselburgh?
Yeah, it was really good. It was loads of high and lows, like everywhere. I'd played some amazing football, played with some amazing players in that as well. A lot of players that are playing, a couple of players that are playing senior and stuff like that. So it was really enjoyable. It was a good learning curve as well, coming from 21s. You had to grow up pretty quick through Dave McGlynn as well, who's, I can't really praise him enough for everything that he done for me personally. But no, it was really good. It was really enjoyable, and it sort of got me ready for my next step to Newtongrange.
And you joined Newtongrange in 2012, and silverware followed as again you won the Premier League for a second time personally that season. Yeah, you got the trophy that day again, beating Penicuik, but you'd already won it. Thankfully, that time you weren't beating us to get it. So what was that like, going in there and straight away winning silverware, similar to your first year at Musselburgh?
That was the aim from Windy, Ian Black, Finlay Wells, all the coaching staff. That was the aim from the start of the season. They got a team ready. They probably got a team that was already a Super League. So the aim was to make sure that we were in the Super League come the end of that season. And I think if I remember right, the Ballingray had spent like crazy amount of money getting loads of boys. I think they got like Bobby Lynn from East Fife as well, Jay Smart in that as well, who had played the senior. And it was difficult. We found it hard to start with. We didn't win the first couple of games, and we had like crisis meetings, like 5 games in. We had like a meeting, I remember, and from then we sort of kicked on and didn't really look back. And we were unaware that we'd won the league on the day that we did. We were playing and Ballingray were getting beat, but it wasn't until the final whistle went that everybody was going a bit more manic than normal, and I was like what's going on? And like, oh, Ballingray have got beat, so mathematically that Newtongrange have won the league again, and I was like, oh well. So no, it was nice. It was good again to get silverware in your first season again. It's a good feeling. You have to have that winning mentality, and that's what everybody had in that season, and that's where we got the success from.
And you stepped up to the Super League the following year, and Newtongrange finished 4th. But was a personal highlight for you that year becoming a Junior Scotland international, playing over in Limerick in the quadrangular tournament?
Yeah, that was a surprise actually, because I thought that time had passed. So to get that accolade at that end of the season was probably the icing on the cake. It was something that I'd always wanted to do. As soon as I found out that you could actually go and play in tournaments like that with Scotland at junior level, it was what I wanted to do. And to represent your country in anything, it's a good achievement for anybody, and for me personally, it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Do you claim that you're the first one in the family to have played for Scotland?
No, well, not quite. I think Lee picked me to it. But again, we were very supportive of each other. I think there was like headlines and that in the paper and that as well. When we got a couple of good photos on that taken, so it was good. It was good to have. It was good to get the accolade rather than him being in the paper all the time. It was good to have my face in the paper for a change. So it was funny. It was quite good.
And then your third year at Newtongrange was sort of stop-start. I think you were only there 6 months that year. You had a brief spell on loan at Haddington Athletic.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on that?
At pre-season, I'd had a really bad groin injury that I couldn't really shake off. I'd had to get scans and stuff like that. I ended up having to get a couple of injections and a long recovery programme to get myself back. Now, when I came back, I was miles off it. I knew fine well that I was miles off it. And to get into a team like Newton, you need to be at 100% anyway. And again, I was nowhere near that. So I had an opportunity to go to Haddington on loan. I knew a couple of the boys there already. At that point, Haddington were actually doing really well in the south. I think it was the southeast division, I think it was called. So yeah, I went down there. I spoke to Johnny and that on the phone, and he was more than happy for me to come down. Wendy was more than happy for me to go there on loan and get game time. So yeah, it fitted in really well. So I think I was just more than happy to get on the park. It didn't matter who I was playing for, just to get minutes and get myself back fit.
You then left Newtongrange and spent a brief spell at Selkirk before you joined Dalkeith. But
yeah,
how was your time in the Borders? Do you have any memory of it?
It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. I'd had a meeting with Steve Forrest and Paul Tansey, and again, like everything, they made it out as if I was going to sign for Barcelona, when really it wasn't. Like it was bad. First of all, training and that was not too bad, but then it just turned completely sour, and I was like, probably one of the biggest mistakes I'd had, and I could not wait to get out. I was that desperate to get out that I actually paid Dalkeith half my way. I had to pay half my transfer fee to get away. That's how bad and how quickly I needed to get away. And thankfully I phoned Willie Pearson and Kevin Haynes, and they were more than happy to match half my transfer fee, so I could get the deal done and dusted. So thankfully that they come and bailed me out as quick as possible.
And that took you to Dalkeith, and you were playing then in the Junior Premier League for a brief period before you moved over to the conferences for a year. But did you play more up front for Dalkeith? Was that when that move happened?
No, I'd played left mid. It was just I played left mid for a good couple of seasons at Dalkeith. Actually, it wasn't until Hainsey brought in Mickey Beer to come in and do. He'd done a wee bit of coaching that with us, and he was there for a good couple of months, and he was the one that pulled me aside and was basically like, "You're not a winger anymore. You can't really run about." I know exactly, and I was like, "We're going to play up front. We feel that you're more a striker than a winger now." And I was like, I didn't know how to take it. Like, I was a bit like thrown back, as if to say, is that him telling me that I'm finished, or I'm overweight, or I can't run about anymore, like stuff like that, or was he trying to be a bit more positive and being like I'm a shoot on sight type of striker. I didn't really know how to take it, so I done what he asked. I went up front. I'd scored a couple of goals, and then he had left for whatever reason or other. And then my first game, and him not being there, Hainsey stuck me back out to left mid. So I wasn't sure what they were getting at as. But again, I was scoring goals week in and week out for Dalkeith. So wherever I was put, I was always putting in 100% effort. Whether it was scoring my goals or helping the team or creating chances of some sort. So it was good. I really enjoyed my time at Dalkeith. We were unlucky a couple of times not to make the playoffs. But that was just how it goes.
And then in the summer of 2019, you made the move to Penicuik. I think we'd been trying to get you for years, or so I'm told. But over the years playing against us, what was your thoughts on the club?
Played Penicuik, I don't know how countless times, and it's always been good battles. It's always been really good battles. Used to play Penicuik. I've always played nice football. Always try to play football in the right manner. When we played yous in the cup for Dalkeith, you played really well that game. You passed the ball really well. Although we got a dubious goal chalked off for offside, which to this day I still don't know what it was for, but apparently it was offside. I just like the way you moved the ball. You came through the back, walking through the middle, and then got up front. And I was like, it was a good game. It was nice to watch as well. And I'd been up a couple of times. Our season had finished a wee bit earlier because of league campaigns and cups and that were knocked out of. So I had a chance to have a look at Penicuik as well when you were up there. Just to see what it was about. A lot had changed since I'd been up there the last time, like the ground and stuff like the surroundings and that as well, to do with like the changing rooms and stuff. There was big changes in that being made. Yeah, so everything was good. Everything ticked the boxes. So
how did the move come about? Was it Kevin, Tony, one of them phoning you, or was it sort of on the back of the cup game?
So after the cup game, that was like the Friday night, and on the Monday, Tony had phoned me and basically asked what my situation was for the next season. And by that point, I'd already signed a pre-contract with Trinent. Calvin's obviously one of my good mates, and he'd been chasing me for as long as probably Penicuik and that were chasing me to try and sign. So I'd already agreed, but I had a wee bit of a change of heart and a wee bit of circumstances, and I spoke to Calvin, I spoke to Dunny, and they sort of understood that the move couldn't happen for reasons that I'm not really want to go into. But so I phoned Tony and Kev and see if the contract or if talks and that could still happen, and they were more than happy to meet me for a chat. So we did that. I think that was like the Tuesday. It was like the day after. I spoke to the two of them, liked exactly what they were saying, how the club was going forward, what they were going to do to try and bring the club forward, and it basically fitted right in. They told me how they thought I was going to fit into the team and what I was going to bring to the team, and everything sounded good again. All the boxes that were ticked. So my mind was was made up pretty quick.
And during pre-season, you were scoring goals, it seemed, every game pre-season and setting up goals. And did that go a long way to sort of winning over the fans who, shall we say, had an interesting relationship with you when you were an opposition player?
Yeah, a couple of fans when we played the first couple of games were like finally we've got you in a blue and white stripe, the right blue and white stripe this time. Rather than the Musselburgh one, and I was like, sorry, it took a wee bit longer than expected. I was like, but I'm here now, and I'm got to show you, got to repay you with the goals and that I'm going to score and the assists and that I'm going to do, and that's exactly what I've done in pre-season. It's probably worked a wee bit better than I thought, to be honest. I didn't think that I was going to score that many in pre-season, but I did. and hopefully the fans are, well, I know the fans now are actually praising me rather than shouting abuse at me, so it's good to hear.
And you mentioned scoring goals in pre-season. On the back of that, when the competitive stuff started, and you were still making your assists, and you want to picked up quite a few man of the match awards for your work ethic and that, but the goal just would not come for you. You were hitting the bar, you hitting the crossbar, just going past, brilliant saves for the goalie, and it took until I think the end of October, start of November, Crossgates at home, you got your first 2 goals for the club, and just that. But did that lift a weight off your shoulders?
Yeah, it did. It did. Even though, as you said, I was putting in the assists and like the man of the match accolades and stuff like that, fine. But again, strikers are based on goals, and the goals weren't coming as quick as I would like, as quick as obviously they were coming pre-season. So I was getting a wee bit frustrated, and even Kevin and Tony were like, look, they've got to come. Like, you're doing everything right. The boss knows just hitting the back of the net, but we know that when it does hit the back of the net, they're just going to frequently go in. And thankfully, that's exactly what they did. To get the first goal was a massive relief. I think you can see on my face when I'm celebrating. I'm like, right, now it's away now. Then I can start to kick on. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly how it came about. They're going on scoring 2 against them, 4 against Lothian, and then they kept coming. They never stopped. So it was good. It was good personally. It was just having to get that first one over the line.
I remember the sort of the biggest chance that I recall was when we played Stenhousemuir at home, when Sam was through on the goalie and squared the tee, and somehow Graham Smith made the save. But that was sort of a moment, that Scottish Cup run, did that vindicate your decision to move to Penicuik?
Yeah. To get to know that there's massive games that could happen with Penicuik in the Scottish Cup. That's probably the dangling the carrot right in front of you. Obviously, there was games obviously before then that we had to come over, and we've done it obviously successfully, and that got the rewards. Penicuik got the rewards by playing Cumbernauld, obviously Steny, having the good game against Steny, and then obviously the massive game against Partick. So it was good. That was just like, again, the icing on the cake as well for everybody, not just for me personally, but just for everybody, the players, the coaching staff, and the fans.
And you mentioned the Partick Thistle game was your only disappointment that day, having to go off with 15 minutes to go with an injury.
I was struggling. It was one of the games where you were like, right, just give me like one shot at the edge of the box and just let me smash it into the goals or something. It was like something that I was hoping for, a corner just to drop and just to get an opportunity, but it didn't happen. But that doesn't say that I never enjoyed the game. That game will live in my memory for forever. But it was disappointing that I had to go off injured for the last 15 minutes. I don't know why. It was probably injury and cramp at the same time. Playing in front of your own on a massive park against an experienced team was tough going. But the lads deserve all the credit that we got and we received. We deserved everything.
And then coming off that, we sort of went for a wee bit of sticky patchy form, and then obviously Kev left the club. But then after that, when it was sort of Tony in sole charge and we started to turn the corner a wee bit, you were moved back out to left mid, and if I recall, there was a few tweets about you'd never been more knackered in your life. But the goals started coming again, and what was like scoring? You scored against Trent, and then you got one on your birthday against Bo'ness, and what was our last game?
Yeah, no, it was good. It was obviously, I think it was just getting. I think we just had to steady the ship a wee bit to get going. As you said, we went through a sticky patch, and it was about the team coming together as well as the management team. Obviously, Kev leaving was a bit gutting, but we quickly had to pick ourselves up and get points on the board, which is exactly what we've done. With Tony coming in, yeah, there's some of the personnel changes and that we're in. It sort of helped us a wee bit, and myself getting put out to left mid and coming with a couple of goals. I was more than happy with that. As long as I was scoring and playing, wasn't really that bothered, to be honest. But no, the goals were coming more enjoyable as well. And to get one on my birthday as well, can't really grumble with that.
Especially given that a few of them were headers.
I know, exactly. I don't think I've scored that many headers before.
Can you sort of sum up your first season at Penicuik Park?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I would have liked to have scored more goals. But again, as you said, or you touched on before, sorry, that if I'm not scoring goals, then I'm doing assists. So as long as I'm helping the team in one way or another, then I'm happy to do so. But overall, I think, as you said, again, it was patchy. The team at the start of the season knew fine well that we had to be near the top, or should have been near the top, with the squad in that we had. So to come away finishing, I think you said we finished 8th. That's for the boy, and everybody knew that wasn't acceptable. And we know that next season it needs to be better. We need to be on it from day one. We can't go from the highs of, again, the Scottish Cup run to let's just say getting beat off teams that we should be taking points off. So again, we need to be on it again from next season, starting from the day we go back to training, and hopefully everything falls into place and we're at a much better place next season, come the end of next season.
And obviously next season you've just signed an extension to your contract to keep you at Penicuik Park for another year, but was that an easy decision to make?
Yeah, it was. I had a few offers. Had a few offers, but again, I spoke to Tony. Had loads of conversations with Tony. He was obviously wanting me to do a few coaching as well as playing, and I was like, I'm not quite ready to hang the boots up yet. So whether I can still run a boot and still score goals, so I'm not really want to do any of the coaching side just now. I think that'll come when the boots eventually get hung up. But it was an easy decision. Everybody again, or the biggest majority of the team staying on the game has made it so much easier as well. There's so much togetherness in that with the lads, and the camaraderie that we have every week on the chat or training, and when we start training and stuff like that. It was really easy to put pen to paper for another season.
So I think the squad agreed that throwing the quizzes to let you win them was probably the best decision we could have made then. Aye,
well, people must just think I'm stupid, but I was all right. I'm quite switched on. So to win, obviously, a couple of the quizzes that we've been involved in, a lot of people think that I'm cheating. A lot of people think that Lisa's in the background giving me the answers, but I can't. Sorry, lads. I'm just clever. Eh?
And on that, I'll let you go. Thanks for coming on the pod, and look forward to seeing you next season and hopefully scoring goals quicker than last season.
Yes. No, thanks very much for having me. The podcast and that have been class. So keep up the good work.